pass out of the reach of Batchelor. Now heads to the bench. Lindholm from behind the net. Blue line feed. Cole. Left point. Quinn Hughes. Wrist shot. Wide of the goal. Cole keeps the puck in on the near side. Joshua in the corner. Lets it go for Garland. Centers. Lindholm. Scores. Elias Lindholm. 62 seconds into overtime. And the Canucks have done it. They're the 8th team in history to erase a 2-goal deficit with under 2 minutes to go and win in overtime. And it's Lindholm the hero after Besser scored 3 in regulation.
What a comeback by the Canucks. Besser's hat trick gets them to overtime. And 1 minute and 2 seconds later, it's Lindholm who's left alone at the front of the net. Wonderful setup from below the goal line from Garland. And the celebration continues for the Canucks. Here's the play as Lindholm puts it back to the point. It's Dean behind the net from Hughes. Lindholm's going to come to the front of the net behind the back pass. Boom. Past the blocker. And the Canucks, the comeback Canucks, take a 3-1 series lead.
You remember they had Lindholm with different line mates to end regulation, but he had Tocchet did Lindholm back with Garland and Joshua to start overtime. They were the second trio out, and it's Garland to Lindholm to end the game. And the Canucks, they haven't necessarily avoided a return trip to Nashville, but they made it a possibility. And Artur Shilovs, in his first ever playoff game in the NHL, is victorious. The third different Canuck goalie to pick up a win in this series as the Canucks head home leading 3-1.
Shilov stops 27 of 30. And you think about the entry on this goal as Joshua is being dragged down from O'Reilly, and he gets back up and centers it to the front of the net. That keeps the pressure on. And once it's back into Quinn Hughes' hands, he knows he's going to come up with something special. Does so. Down to Garland. The behind the back pass. And yeah, there's a celebration. Well earned.
And the opposite end of the spectrum as the Predators fritter away a late lead and lose it to Elias Lindholm just over a minute into overtime. David, you got to stay up late anyway for the Oilers and the Kings, but we won't keep you up any further from this game as the Canucks win it in Game 4.
He played it towards Besser. It's out of his reach. Comes to Lindholm. Lindholm to Ian Cole. Cole across the ice, and it's Quinn Hughes with a shot. That one sails high.
Ooh.
2 goals and 6 on 5 for the Vancouver Canucks. In front, Lindholm scores! Elias Lindholm! An unlikely overtime win for Vancouver. And they're coming home with a 3-1 series lead.
2 different celebrations. Half the bench jumped over, and they celebrated with the young goaltender, Shilovs. And the other group celebrated with Lindholm, who had a great assist on that set play on the 6-on-5 to the side of the net. And Lindholm paying off, and same demeanor as always in a good position. The fans here are absolutely stunned. It's amazing that the Vancouver Canucks won this hockey game. Absolutely amazing. Honestly, no business winning this game, but that's hockey. And what a play by Conor Garland. Looked like he was going one way, stopped on a dime, went on the backhand, and sprung it right here, right on the tape to Lindholm. I mentioned earlier that, you know, that Bluger was so good between Garland and Dakota Joshua. Lindholm ends up getting the game winner in overtime on that line, and he's been terrific for them. And look at that celebration. That is just some great stuff right there.
The Vancouver Canucks have a 3-1 series lead. Demko wins Game 1. DeSmith wins Game 3. And Artur Shilovs, the goaltender, in the win in Game 4. For Darren Pan, Catherine Tappin, I'm Brendan Burke. We've got to get you to DC Rangers and Caps with Kenny, Jody Shelley, Tarek El-Bashir on the call.
It goes behind the net. Lindholm is there. Lindholm out top to Cole. Quinn Hughes, high shot into heavy traffic. Nobody seemed to see that. Garland to the middle, score! Lindholm wins it 1:02 into overtime. And an absolutely shocking victory for the Canucks to take Game 4.
That is absolutely heartbreaking for the Nashville Predators, who just played probably the best game of the series, aside from that final 3 minutes and the overtime. And the Canucks, Brock Besser leading the way. This line here at Lindholm, look at Garland going in and getting that puck. Stops, creates that passing lane right on the tape of Lindholm, and he delivers a perfect shot up and over the blocker to end Game 4, and the Predators fall 3-1 to the Vancouver Canucks.
Nashville led 3-1 with 3 minutes left, and then 1:02 into overtime, Vancouver completes the comeback. Lindholm the game winner, and they take a 3-1 lead in the series. And this crew in Smashville is completely stunned. The final score from Bridgestone Arena: the Canucks 4, the Predators 3. Stick around for Predators Live, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. It'll be next on Bally Sports. Game 5 will be Tuesday night in Vancouver. And Nashville will have to regroup in a big way. Besser the hat trick. The Predators totally dominated the third period, but did not finish. And the Canucks steal one.
Faire dévier devant. Ça revient dans le coin maintenant. Et là, c'est la passe devant, le tir, le but! Elias Lindholm en prolongation. Et les Canucks, avec une remontée spectaculaire, l'emportent 4-3.
Absolument incroyable ce que vient d'accomplir les Canucks de Vancouver. Alors, on voyait qu'il y avait la source de motivation supplémentaire en prolongation pour attaquer le territoire de Nashville avec beaucoup plus de conviction. On a récupéré ses rondelles. Il a fait une passe parfaite à Elias Lindholm, laissé fin seul en zone privilégiée.
Les Canucks qui viennent voler le match à Nashville. Ils perdaient 3-1 à l'un avec 2 minutes 49 à faire en troisième période. Ils l'emportent en prolongation grâce à Elias Lindholm. Un but marqué après seulement 61 secondes.
Bien sûr, récupère la rondelle, la déplace dans le territoire de Nashville. La circulation devant le filet également. Alors, on continue à s'en emparer. Là. Beaucoup de... Là, écoute, on a complètement bien. On s'est dirigé du même côté de la patinoire, du côté de Nashville. Défensivement, on s'est fait prendre. Lindholm était bien placé. Attendez, il en revient tout simplement pas d'avoir tenu la rondelle à cet endroit.
Et que dire d'Arthur Silovs, qui lui apprend probablement aujourd'hui ou tard hier soir qu'il doit être le gardien partant en raison de la blessure à Casey DeSmith et à son premier match en carrière en série. Arthur Silovs va chercher la victoire, lui qui avait seulement 9 matchs d'expérience dans la Ligue nationale, et on voit sa réaction.
Là, il faut le dire, lors du prochain match, bien écoute, les Prédateurs font face à l'élimination.
Ouais, ça va être difficile de revenir là, après une défaite comme ça.
Défaite crève-cœur.
On perd le match 3 en concédant 12 tirs au but, et on perd aujourd'hui sur le 20e lancé seulement des Canucks de Vancouver, alors qu'on menait 3-1 en fin de troisième période.
But a shot couldn't get it to the goal. Predators can't clear. Cole holds into the point, dumps it behind the net for Elias Lindholm. Lindholm to the right corner, banks it back to the line. Ian Cole, left point. Quinn Hughes, long shot, missed high and wide of the target, and Cole holds in right point again. Zadorov behind the net for Garland in front. Lindholm scores! Elias Lindholm wins it for the Canucks. 1:02 into overtime. He beats UC Saros from the slot, and Vancouver has a stranglehold on this series. They lead it 3-1, and they win it in Nashville 4-3.
What a comeback by the Vancouver Canucks. And the Nashville Predators cannot believe it. Their fans are shell-shocked as Conor Garland with eyes on the back of his head, makes a backhand pass to Elias Lindholm all by himself in the slot right in front of UC Saros and deposits the puck in the back of the net. What looked like almost a guaranteed loss with just a couple of minutes left in this game has turned into a 3-1 lead in the series for Vancouver as the Canucks do a great job of battling on this shift. Ian Cole plays it deep. Dakota Joshua chips it forward to Conor Garland, and Elias Lindholm all by himself, as no Nashville Predator player was even near him. The Canucks do it. They come back, and they grab this series by the collar, and they're coming back home.
The second straight, or not second straight, but second tremendous third period comeback from the Canucks in this series. They were down 2-1 going to the third in game one. They scored 3 unanswered goals to win it 4-2. They were down 2-1 going to the third period tonight. Fell down 3-1, got 2 goals in the last 3 minutes, including Besser with 8 seconds left, and now it's Elias Lindholm, the acquisition at the All-Star break, who was so criticized for his play down the stretch, that wins it for the Canucks. They're up 3-1, and they can finish the series Tuesday night at Rogers Arena.
And this is the reason Vancouver got Elias Lindholm this part of the season. Rick Tocchet mentioned it, as he's been solid defensively, gets an important goal here, but also a credit to Conor Garland, a very consistent game from him. Even when that line wasn't going tonight, the battle level of Conor Garland, that was throughout, that was consistent from minute 1 of this game all the way till overtime, and he plays a key role in that game-winning goal.
Back to the blue line and sent down wide to the corner. Lindholm from back of the net. Backhands it off the wall. Ian Cole, and a shot from the left side goes wide to the corner. Cole pokes the rebound down around Ryan O'Reilly. Back of the net, right in front to score! Elias Lindholm wins it after 1 minute 2 of overtime, and the Canucks take a 3-1 series lead over Nashville.
Well, the Canucks just got that puck deep and went to work. He threw it down low.
So the Predators are going to have to go to Vancouver tomorrow, down 3-1 in this series. And Elias Lindholm, with his second of the playoffs, will keep it here for the Regions Bank 3 Stars as the Canucks come up with a huge 4-3 overtime win over Nashville. Artur Shilovs, he was in a difficult position, but he and the Canucks prevail 4-3. So just the one overtime shot for Vancouver. Lindholm had that. That gives them 20 for the game. Predators finished with 30. And Nashville to go on the road down 3-1 for game number 5 on Tuesday night. A 9 o'clock start time Central for that one.